Okay, hey guys, Wade Willis here. Finally, getting this up. I was having some issues. This is the first time I've done live on here. Um, so I don't know. I'm going to be multitasking a little bit, but overall, I do think this was probably the best Mandalorian episode so far. Um, and if you guys have any questions or thoughts or things that you want to discuss about the episode, please send it in chat, and I will try to get to any of the questions. Uh, but yeah, this episode, Robert Rodriguez was the director, and he's actually one of my favorite directors. I didn't realize he was doing this episode um, he until it was announced at the end and the credits. But overall, this episode, I thought it was cool how um, they went to the Jedi Temple, or what's left of a temple, and um, the whole meditation part uh, with Grogu, I thought was really cool. Uh, we started to see more of his power in this episode that we haven't seen before, not only at the Jedi Temple when he was meditating, but at the end when he was fighting the stormtroopers and stuff. That was pretty awesome. And the reasons I liked this episode a bit more than even the last one, I was kind of at the on the edge of my seat multiple times in this episode. Whereas the last one, I was super pumped that Ahsoka was in it, and I'm like, yes, Ahsoka's kicking butt. But I just knew that she was going to beat everyone down pretty easily. There was almost no suspense in the last episode, but in this one right here, the tragedy, I was super worried all the time. Grogu was in danger, which is always super stressful. And we really got to see Boba Fett go ham in this episode. And I was actually more impressed with uh, what Boba Fett was doing in this than actually Ahsoka in the last episode. And I'm a huge Ahsoka fan, but I thought Boba Fett really like laid the hammer down in this episode. But I'd love to know what you guys thought about it. I know people who are partial to Ahsoka like love the last episode. Um, for me too, the previous one, the best part for me was that Thrawn was actually mentioned. And if just someone's name is the best part of the episode to me, I don't know. Maybe I don't think it really compares with this one. Now, as soon as we saw Boba Fett's ship, I was like, I threw my hands up. I was like, hell yeah, we're getting Boba Fett in this episode. And I honestly thought Boba Fett was going to be hired by someone to steal the child, Grogu. But I was wrong about that. He just wanted his armor back, which is completely understandable. And again, we started to see kind of how uh, Mando is kind of like a religious zealot with his ideals with the Mandalorians. He like this is the way, like the way he sees everything is not kind of the norm for Mandalorians. And I know some people don't consider Boba Fett really to be Mandalorian, and there's all this stuff in the lore with that. um, I don't know, in Legends he was like technically the leader of Mandalore later on, so I don't know, that I think you get some street cred there. But um I don't know. I was one of the coolest things to me too when Boba Fett was fighting was before he got his armor, uh, kind of that staff weapon thing that he had. I have no idea what the heck that was. If anyone knows what that is, please let me know. But I think it was probably made out of Beskar. It was incredibly powerful. I liked the sound effects with it, and that's why it made me think that it was Beskar. Or he's just like the strongest dude ever, and regular steel, he's just doing that with it. But I kind of think it was Beskar. Now, um, I thought it was interesting that Fennec was added in, and seeing her kind of development as a character. She was left for dead. We knew that she didn't die in the previous season, but she was kind of left for dead, and she has kind of a redemption. And her taking out a lot of those stormtroopers was super impressive, even though, yes, it is stormtroopers, but she really had her time to shine in this episode, I thought. And it was cool to see her in it. And I'm super excited to see that her and Boba Fett are actually going to be joining together with Mando to help to get Grogu back. Now, uh, one of the questions, I have like a few thoughts in my head. So the idea was that Grogu was going to go to this temple, or the remnants of a temple, and he was going to reach out to the Force, which he obviously did. And this was going to send a message out to some Force sensitive being, or like essentially Jedi. Now, did this actually send a message out to, was Moff Gideon actually able to find them because of this? Like, I have a feeling that Moff Gideon is probably Force sensitive in some way. There were some rumors that uh, the actor who plays him, alluded to the fact that he could be Force sensitive, or is Force sensitive. So did it alert him, or is there going to be a separate Jedi that we are going to be introduced to in probably the next episode, or the one after that, that is going to have to join together with Mando, Boba Fett, and Fennec? I'm very unsure about that. I heard that some people were thinking like Cal Kestis. Some people think Luke Skywalker is going to come in. I seriously, I don't think that's going to happen. I think Cal Kestis would be a really cool addition, but yeah, it's. Oh, I see Alex. Alex has a lot of too many questions to count, and I'm kind of the same way, Alex. But yeah, I think Cal Kestis would be one of the coolest additions. And if you guys don't know who that is, that's the guy from the new Star Wars games, Fallen Order, and I think that would be a cool addition. I don't actually adding someone from the video game universe, which I believe he is considered to be in. His character is considered to be canon, but I don't. I haven't seen them add anything really from a video game, so that would be pretty awesome. I think that they should do that, but I think it will probably be maybe some Force sensitive person that we maybe forgot about. So, but yeah, if you guys have any guesses of who you think that Force sensitive person is that's going to show up, or do you guys think that it was Moff Gideon that it actually alerted to it? There has to be someone else that gets alerted to this, or else it was a serious mistake, which it kind of was since they got captured, but nevertheless, you move on. I knew as soon as Mando's ship was destroyed, I'm like, okay, what's going to be left? Of course, that little ball that Grogu plays with all the time. I knew that was going to be one of the only things left. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's pretty sad. And one of the more interesting things to me, I'm starting to think that maybe the Jedi, or some probably a Jedi or someone like that, whoever saved Grogu, I really feel like that person might have put some limits onto Grogu to try to protect him psychologically. So maybe he eliminated some memories and um, stuff like that. Maybe put some blocks in and kind of. I'm thinking that they may be using the same route that the Jedi did with Revan. So, for those of you that are unaware of Revan, which he's from a video game as well, but Revan was a Jedi turned Sith. The Jedi captured him again and then put all these mess with his memory and stuff and made him believe that the Sith stuff didn't happen and those memories eventually did come back. I'm really summarizing it quickly, but yeah, that's what happened. I have a feeling that something like that did happen to Grogu, because him using the Force and like almost falling asleep after, he's 50 years old. I know he is tiny, but I don't know, something about that and him being so tired after. I think something is fishy about that. And I think part of that, Moff Gideon kind of making fun of him at the end of the episode about him getting tired after using the Force. I feel like he knows why Grogu got so tired after that. But again, I'm aware that, yes, Yoda lived to like, what, 800 years old, but 50 is not, it's not like it's the equivalent to like a 1 month old. Like, he's still pretty dang, he's like a toddler, but this is someone who should be able to like talk and do other things. Again, we don't know a ton about the species, but I think something is fishy with him not being able to actually speak and him getting so tired with the Force right away. And I mean, we know what's going on. I have a feeling that I think there's only 2 episodes left, maybe 3, but I have a feeling that Ahsoka is going to have to show up again. We're going to get maybe the other Force sensitive being showing up in this next episode, I hope. And it looks like we're getting Bill Burr's character back, the guy who he really tried to sabotage Mando in that prison episode. So I don't know. They're adding in a lot of people. It's going to be a crazy showdown. We do know that at least by the end of the season, Moff Gideon is going to be using the Darksaber, so he's going to be fighting with that against someone. Who is it? Ahsoka? Is it Cal Kestis? Is it Mando? And he's just fighting off the Darksaber using his Beskar. It could even be Boba Fett fighting him, but we do know that it's going to happen because I had heard that he almost broke all of the Darksaber replicas that they were using for filming, and they told him like, "Hey, dude, we have like one more, so can you not break any more of these?" So yeah, we know that that's going to happen, and Thrawn was mentioned as well, and I'm going to be coming out with a video for those of you that do not know who Thrawn is. Most people do kind of know who he is, who are huge fans of Star Wars, but people who only watch the movies and Mandalorian have no idea who Thrawn was and why that was a big deal. And all the nerds like me were like super pumped and about it. And he's going to be, to me, really the central focus in the kind of Filoni-verse in the future. But I think that we're going to kind of see the hand of the Emperor, like kind of the Imperial remnants with Thrawn and they're going to be over. I think that they're going to end up being kind of more in the chaos area, and we're going to investigate that a lot further. Um, and with Ahsoka looking like she does, timeline wise, we're going to get a kind of a spin-off, I'm fairly certain, of her journey into how she looked in Rebels in the finale, where she's kind of like a white knight. And we're for sure getting a Boba Fett spin-off. They would not go so hard with Boba Fett in this episode, I don't think, without him getting his own spin-off series, which I am going to be incredibly pumped for. Boba Fett, we need more Boba Fett stuff. He's one of the most popular Star Wars characters ever. But yeah, I'm super excited for it. And I'd love to know what you guys think. I'm going to come out with another video that's my thoughts more condensed, because this is just me doing my train of consciousness after the episode. But I will have that up within the next day or so about kind of my thoughts of the future of Star Wars. I'm going to for sure have the video detailing like who Thrawn is and why he's so important to the Star Wars universe, and really focus on that. But yeah, guys, thanks for those of you that tuned in to this live. I'm going to make sure that this gets uploaded for sure for anyone else. But yeah, thanks a lot, guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed the episode as much as me.